Japan threatens China. The new Asia power shift explained. What if I told you that the biggest threat to China right now is not the United States? What if the real geopolitical earthquake in Asia is coming from a nation many believed was past its prime? Because Japan is making a comeback, and this time, it's strategic, bold, and impossible for China to ignore. Today, we dive deep into the new Asia power shift, where Japan has quietly positioned itself as China's most unpredictable challenge. And this is the story the world isn't paying enough attention to, but should. For decades, the narrative was simple: China rising, Japan declining. But beneath the surface, Japan was preparing, quietly upgrading its military, strengthening alliances, and strategically positioning itself across Asia. Now, Japan is stepping out of the shadows, and China is finally noticing. 1. A comeback nobody expected. When people think of power in Asia, they immediately think of China's population, economy, and military expansion. But here's the twist. Japan has something China doesn't: global trust, strategic alliances, and technological dominance in key industries. Over the past 5 years, Japan has rewritten its entire security doctrine, broken decades-long restrictions on its military, and committed to doubling defense spending, a move that shocked China's leadership. Why? Because it signals one thing: Japan is no longer playing defense, it's preparing to take the lead. 2. Japan's military transformation. Japan's military, known as the Self-Defense Forces, was once designed to be symbolic, but times have changed. Japan is now building long-range missiles capable of striking deep into enemy territory. Next-generation fighter jets co-developed with the UK and Italy. Advanced missile defense systems aimed directly at China's growing arsenal. A seriously upgraded naval force, now one of the most powerful in Asia. Here's the bold part. Japan has even announced plans to deploy weapons and troops to islands extremely close to China. That's not defensive positioning, that's strategic pressure, and China knows it. 3. The alliance China hates the most. If there is one thing that truly bothers Beijing, it's this: Japan is tightly aligned with the United States. Together, they create the most powerful alliance in the Pacific. Add Australia, South Korea, and the Philippines, and suddenly, China is surrounded by a growing network of nations that don't want a Chinese-dominated Asia. But here's where it gets interesting. Japan is becoming the unofficial leader of this alliance. Why? Because Japan has the economic weight, the diplomatic influence, and the regional history to shape Asia's future. Beijing can challenge Washington, but challenging Japan is a different game. One deeply rooted in territorial disputes, history, and rivalry. 4. The one region that could spark a real conflict. Let's talk about the Senkaku Islands, a small, uninhabited group of rocks in the East China Sea. But symbolically, they are the fault line of Asia. Japan administers them, China claims them. Both nations patrol the area. The US has promised to defend Japan if conflict breaks out. And recently, Japan authorized counterstrike capabilities, meaning if China escalates, Japan can legally hit back. This changes everything. For the first time since World War II, Japan has the political will and military permission to respond with force. 5. Economic power shift. Beyond the military buildup, there's the economic pressure. Japan controls strategic industries that China desperately needs: semiconductor equipment, advanced robotics, high-precision manufacturing, rare earth processing technology. In 2023, when Japan restricted tech exports to China, Beijing called it a direct threat to national security. That's how critical Japan's technology is. China cannot easily replace what Japan provides, and Japan knows it. 6. Japan's soft power advantage. While China struggles with global distrust, Japan enjoys friendly ties around the world, a stable reputation, strong partnerships in Southeast Asia, a role as a peaceful but influential global power. This makes Japan a diplomatic heavyweight, giving it the ability to shape regional pacts quietly and effectively. Asia trusts Japan more than China, and that trust is becoming power. 7. The new power balance. So what does this all mean? It means Asia is no longer a one-player game. China may be powerful, but Japan is re-emerging with strong alliances, cutting-edge technology, military upgrades, global credibility, strategic positions across the Pacific. This is the new Asia power shift, and Japan is no longer the quiet observer. It is becoming the central player shaping China's future. As the world watches the US-China rivalry, a new question rises. What if the real contender reshaping Asia's destiny is Japan? This shift is happening right now, and it will define the next 50 years of global power. If you want more deep, eye-opening breakdowns like this, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video. Your support helps us dive deeper into the stories shaping our world.